that you may have to pay the cost. I don't like the way this is looking on me. Let me see. Ooh. Ooh. Hey, I see one person in my live. Good morning, good afternoon, happy Friday, happy Friday. How you doing? I know I took a break for a week, man. I was burnt out. I had a lot of work to do this week, and I couldn't really be on here much. But I'm gonna wait for more people to come on in. Come on in. Looking for my people to come on in. Now I'm all caught up. Woo! There's a very good chance that it might be mine. There's a very good chance that it might be mine. There's a very good chance that it might be mine. There's a very good chance. There's a very good chance that it might be mine. Hey, happy afternoon. This your girl KC McDaniel. How you doing on this blessed Friday? I try to keep it blessed. I try to keep it blessed, y'all. It's a blessing, right? We up, we alive, we breathing. Some of us, anyway. God is good and all the time. Yeah, I had such a heavy week this week. I had a very stressful week this week. You know, I was just exhausted. Every day that I came home, I was just tired. So today I didn't have to work. I don't work on Friday. So I said, well, let me come on in here. Well, for the summer schedule anyway. I said, let me come on in here and just say hello to my subscribers. Glad to see you all. Praise God. I mean, I heard a little of all the things that's taking place around Robert Sylvester Kelly right now, but I didn't hear much of everything, you know. So maybe y'all can fill me in. So precious, like a newborn, just what I prayed for. Girl, I know. If it look up, if it look up, breathless. And I saw you, love had no purpose till I met you. Yeah, y'all, I didn't know what to do, you know. Trying to fix this thing. I just pray everyone is having a blessed, wonderful morning afternoon. I know a lot of you probably at work. Some of you are at other locations on YouTube, checking in or whatever, see what's going on. But your girl Casey McDaniel just wanted to come on here real quickly, let you know that I'm good, I'm alive. And like I said, I didn't hear everything that's going on with Robert Sylvester Kelly. I don't know everything that's taking place right now surrounding his trial because like I said, I've been busy at work. And when I got home and everything, I was like really tired. I was burnt out. But anyway, this lamp is. Yeah, so I said I wanted to just come in real quickly with you all today, this afternoon, and just talk on some things about why I didn't, bother too much to come on. And like I said, work had me tied up. I was tied up at work. And then when I get home and everything, I be so tired, and then I want some me time, and I want some time with my husband and everything, being that, sharing with him about my new job and everything and how I'm enjoying being there. I did browse around. I seen some things that were going on. I see his trial date has been moved to August the 3rd. Wow. And I'm like saying, is the protest still going to take place on the 6th and the 7th? Though that's right now, what I'm trying to figure out if anybody's discussing anything on that. Um, and as far as like what's going on with motions, prosecuting the prosecutors, as far as with the defense team, what they're working on right now, I listened to some things on that as I moved around on these YouTube streets. Me, I'm not interested in going on any more, controversial platforms. And the reason I tell you that is because these controversial platforms, they're not making it good for Robert Sylvester Kelly. If anything, they just bring in more views and more likes to come to their channel. And right now, I'm not really interested in most because I think just about we got just as much. Only thing I'm really concerned about, to be honest with you, is his legal proceedings. That's the only thing I'm really concerned about as far as what's taking place with Robert Sylvester Kelly, because that's where we're at. I'm more into learning about his legal proceedings because exposing the victims. They already exposed enough of themselves, and all this other stuff they piled up on him about sometime last week with John Doe's and things like that. That stuff won't even be. That's just something I don't know. You know what I could say about that John Doe stuff? It wouldn't be something really credible or useful right now in his trial because it is kind of a late. To me, it's kind of late to be bringing that kind of charge against him because that should have been something discussed 2 years ago, or maybe in the year in the year when he was on his 2008 trial. That should have been discussed, and then there's no reason to have that brought on his trial to this day. I think it was just more for hype and to get people more worked up with their feelings about his trial, and like a tactics sort of scare to a lot of his supporters to get us kind of like, you know, shift us away or whatever. I think that's what they were using it for. That's the way I look at it. Some things I'm just not going to run with. But right now, like I said, I'm only interested in hearing more about his legal proceedings, his trial. I heard now his trial is being moved to August the 3rd. It was supposed to have been on August 18th, but why it's been moved back to August the 3rd, I don't understand why. Maybe they just trying to do another, hey, I see one person watching. Hi, welcome to my live. And I'm just thinking that's another one of their ways of just like trying to not get too many people from the public to be there or to find out any more, to be bringing any more distractions around his trial. So we don't know. We don't know. I don't know. It seems to me like for them to move it so early, back to August the 3rd, I think they try to do things where they trying to just like get a lot of people from, the distractions. I think they trying to get, like get some of the stuff away from his trial. So they just gonna keep switching up dates. They're gonna be bringing more of this, more of that, more of this. They're just like trying to shake people away. To stir people away. That's what I think. That's my opinion. Now it may not be true what I'm saying. So don't come here and get that from Casey McDaniel and then go run and go tell it somewhere else. But that's the way I'm looking at it. That's the way I'm looking at it in my own personal views. Like what they're trying to do. They're trying to get people away from talking about this man's trial to the public. And I think they're more trying to shift us away more than they are trying to before they can move forward to do anything. But some things just seem a little too much for me for what he's on trial for. It just don't make that much sense to me. Especially saying that he was sex trafficking, a ring of minors, and doing these things. Go over there. That stuff just annoys me. This dog is sitting there just licking. I can't do that. I can't. She going out on the deck. I'm gonna just have to put her out on the deck for a minute because this is too much for me to deal with. Look yourself outside. It's getting too much, doggy licky licky licky. It's so annoying. But anyway, like I was saying, y'all. Anyway, like I was saying to you all here, I'm thinking it's more like they just trying to get people away from talking about his trial, people from being there at his trial, especially from his supporters and his fans and the public and things like that. So that's why I think they just keep switching up days. They keep coming with these motions, to get people really frustrated enough to be like, I'm done with this. This is getting to be ridiculous. This is what I'm thinking. All right, about Robert Sylvester Kelly's trial right now. I'm just going to keep him in my deepest, sincere prayers like I've been doing. Come on here, pop up on the scene every now and then and just talk about what's surrounding him right now and just go about my day. I'm not tired of it because I know, hopefully, I'm just waiting to see what's going on with the protests. I did see that on this morning. I did go on rated TV, rated R TV, and I did go there and I did see a posting that his protest will still be taking place on August 6th and 7th in Brooklyn. And I'm looking forward to be out in New York that weekend. I'm still looking forward. That's why I was more, touring around because I really want to know about the protest because that's something I said I was going to be attending that will be coming this coming August. That's what I've been waiting on. So, to hear more about. As far as all these other things, I'm not really interested in hearing anymore. I don't hurt enough. I just want to keep Robert Sylvester Kelly in my sincere prayers. And like I said, what they holding him for is just really ridiculous. And no, I don't agree that, older men should be with minors or anything like that. Women should be with men half their age or whatever. But you know what? You can't stop people from doing that because it's going to happen regardless. It could be a Robert Sylvester Kelly or a regular Joe. You know what I'm saying? A regular man out there on the street that just goes out there and he likes to date younger women. I was just watching, I don't know how many of you are a fan or do you watch the reruns or tapings or whatever on Paternity Court. Now I was just like watching one episode of Paternity Court. And the girl was like really a young woman, and the man she was with was like really like way too old for her. And she ended up having like 3 children with the man. And this young woman looked so out of it. Like she was so zoned. I don't know whether she was like she came from a home where her mother approved of this life, this young daughter of hers, or gave her young daughter to an older man to take care of her because maybe she just was coming from a home where she could have been a runaway. She could have been somebody that was in a foster home or a group home or something and ran away and got hooked up with this older man and he was taking care of her, whatever. And she was up there just laying up with him and having kids with him, like showing her gratitude or whatever, using her body for her gratitude. And I'm watching this episode. Hey, I see one person watching. Happy Friday. So as I'm watching this episode and everything, and I'm looking at this young woman, and I see how this zoned out she was, and how she don't really know who the father of her children were. And the older man was like saying and everything, oh, this could be her daddy. I don't know. I'm out of here. I'm tired of helping her out. I'm tired of taking care of this and doing that. And I love these kids and I take care of these kids. She's not a fit mother and she's not that, but she's real, real young and she really, really messed up. So as I'm watching Paternity Court and I'm looking and I was like, it's so funny how they show us some of these things on television, but there is some other elements going on behind the scene that we don't see. And I'm thinking that maybe Paternity Court is a way to reach out to help some families in this situation, mothers, young mothers, or women that get themselves caught in relationships with guys that they meet maybe on social media, or just some regular dude out on the street, or they just some messed up individuals, just a whole lot of dysfunction going on. So I'm just like watching this show, but I'm watching this young woman and everything, and I see her with these 3 children, and none of these kids know who, no, I mean, I'm sorry, none of these fathers of the children she know anything about, except for the man. But she was right on the older man. She was like, well, this one do belong to him, and I know that for a fact. This one is his. And I'm like saying, well, this girl couldn't have been no more than like, whew, I think she was maybe not even 25 yet. I don't even think she was 25 yet. But the older man was like already in his 40s somewhere. He was way older than her, too old for her. And I was like saying, well, I look at it this way. What is this with the baby stuff? At least if he was going to be helping her, and he's going to be an older man to help this young woman or whatever like that, why couldn't it just be like, let me just help you get yourself together. Let me just get you um, on your feet, go to school, get your education, or get whatever housing you might need for your children and yourself and your children or whatever like that, so you could be a better mother and maybe just help you out like that. Why do it have to be that he had to shit them babies on this girl? This girl was like really didn't know, have a clue what she wished she was in life and what she wanted in life, but he still pushed on babies on this young woman. Now I have a problem with that. Truly, I do. Now, in R. Kelly's say, if he was with, say he was with younger women or women that were half his age or whatever like that, but at least he was in a position to care for them. And I'm not talking about he was beating on them. Not saying he was doing the things that these women were out there saying to destroy this man's character and to put this man behind bars and put him in jail or whatever like that. Because like I said, when I saw the last two, now I can only talk on the last 2 young women he was with, and that was Azarel and Joycelyn. When I seen them 2 women in public, and I saw how they were in public. They didn't look hungry. They didn't look starved. They didn't look like they weren't cared for. They looked. It didn't look like they had a bunch of babies knocked on. He ain't knock them up with a whole bunch of kids and left them in a bad situation like that. So in case it didn't work out, they still dragging along these babies. So I'm looking at that. Like I saw that episode, and then I said, well, you know what? If an older man is going to be with a woman that's half his age, at least be in a position where you could properly care for her. And I mean, not put her in a more of a, now that to me, I would look at as abuse. Because you already see she doesn't really have it all together. She all messed up in the head, whatever. But you still going to put life into her body, like give her children. Now that to me is abuse. And then I see you taking advantage. Now, if I see an older man with women younger than him, a younger woman or whatever, at least be in a position where you can care for her to go back to school to get an education, care for her to get a place of her own, make sure she get in the right job market or whatever like that, that she'll be able to be affordable to take care of herself and maintain living her lifestyle or whatever, her living standard or whatever. I don't see that as abuse. I don't see that taking advantage of anybody. I think you were more in helping her. Now, if I see like what I saw on that paternity court thing, now that to me, to see an older man with a young woman that way and having her, instead of helping her protect her body. Hello, I see 2 people watching, and this is what I'm saying. And I don't really believe Robert Sylvester Kelly should, even if he was with Joycelyn or Azarel, if they were his 2 girlfriends, or the women that he was involved in or whatever, I still don't see he should be in jail for that. Because I still see that they were in good care. They were being well taken care of. They had a home to live in. They had a roof over their head. They had clothes. They didn't have to sell their body. They could have left at any time they felt like leaving. They had that freedom. He did not hold these women against their will. That's the way I look at it. From what I saw from um, them, because those are the only 2 I'm going to speak on, because those are the only 2 that I know of that when our Robert Sylvester Kelly was taken in custody, them the only last two women I saw him with. I didn't see him with the other young lady that comes on, and I really didn't follow too much with the 2008 trial. I didn't put too much time into that. I didn't pay too much attention to any of that because I already knew it was like a bunch of crap to me in the beginning. Being that this man is protected around a whole lot of security and everything else like that, how was these young women ever to get into his care? Those are the things that need to be questioned. Those are the people that need to be taken into custody. Those are the people that need to be investigated. Okay. Like I said, I don't have a problem with an older man being with a younger woman if that's his choice, but at least be in a position to help her. At least if you see where she is not able to take care of herself, or she's been neglected or abused, or she's been abandoned by her family or whatever, you are in a position to take her in, give her the help that she needs to send her out on her way to do what she needs to do with or without you. That's what I looked at, and I didn't see Robert Sylvester Kelly mistreating anybody. I didn't see it from what I saw, from what I saw. Even when he brought, like I said, the only two, Joycelyn and the other young lady, Azarel. They seem to be doing very well. They had they could have took all that time that they might wanted to spend time in a relationship with him, and hey, if they want to be with him in a relationship, fine. They were old enough still to make their own adult decisions, and then on top of that, they should have been using that time more with going back to school and getting a trade or a career or doing something other than buying booties and buying boobs. They could have used that money to, to take get. I'm sorry, to get more involved in their education, on their educational expenses. And the same thing goes for that other one that's up there laying up having all them babies and up here worrying about Robert Sylvester Kelly. The one that the what was it, Geronda? Geronda been on that issue too long, and I don't even think she's credible. And they shouldn't even have her in that document in the indictments. I'm sorry. There's just certain things that should not, this man being held in the situation he's in jail for imprisonment for this type of stuff, because it goes on every day with older men being with younger women. But the ones I think are abusive is the ones who take these younger women and they already in a messed up situation, and they mess them up even more, dumping babies on them and don't allow, not allowing them to get further in their life or getting a good career, getting an education or whatever. Those are the kind of older piece of garbage that need to go to jail. Those are the ones that need to be hooked up in jail or whatever. Not a man as wealthy as Robert Sylvester Kelly. And even if he was, like I said, if he was involved with these young women and I ain't saying no minors. I'm talking about young women. I'm talking about younger legal women, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, whatever. If he was in that situation with a woman half his age or whatever, I think still in all, he should have been giving his due process rights. I don't think a document series should have ever been aired on his life to discredit his character like that, to put him in a position like that, say those nasty things about him. And I know I truly don't believe it was about those young women anyway. It's all about what they want is his money, because I ain't never see anybody get treated as bad as they have treated this man here. Not even a murderer like Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer, okay, who was I don't know, a cannabis that went and preyed on those young black homosexual males, and after having sex or whatever he did with them, he ended up killing them, eating their flesh. Disgusting. I didn't even see that man being treated the way Robert Sylvester Kelly's been treated, and it's sad. Like I said, I'm not for older men with younger women, but if he's going to be an older man and he's going to be with a younger woman, at least put them in a position where they can still carry on and do for themselves in life, with or without you. And I have nothing wrong with what he's if he was involved with Azarello, or if he was involved with Joyce. Like I don't see nothing he done wrong, and I don't see him holding anybody against their will. The other one, I'm not even paying nothing. She could have did something with her time. If she said she was claiming he gave her all this type of money and everything else like that, then why didn't she take that money and invest in her education? Not just write a book, but do something with your life. You know, that don't make no sense to me. That don't make no type of sense with you. You had this opportunity to be with a wealthy man who was taking care of you or whatever, this, that, and the other. I don't care what you did in your bedroom. That's your business. That's something I don't even think should be discussed publicly. But I'm just saying, if you were in a relationship with an older man or whatever like that, then you needed to take that money that wealthy older man was giving you, and you could invest in your future, in your education. Instead of laying on your back having babies, more babies, and being as ignorant and stupid as you was on social media. Spending your time on social media and writing a book. Everybody got a book. Go on Facebook. Everybody got a book, but I'm talking about things that's really like not important. I don't really care to hear about your story, especially when it comes to how you was in a relationship. There's so many books out there about this kind of life, and nothing that you probably write anyway would interest me. Probably can't even spell words properly. Anyway, somebody always got somebody to, edit their book for them and write for them anyway. So that's what she did. Lazy. That sounds to me just a bunch of lazy, messy folks in society. Trying to get up on this, get up on this man's hard work and live and lavishly or whatever, but you ain't work for nothing. Just looking for a handout. I used to say this all the time to like some girls that I grew up with. When we were going to school back in the days and everything, I say, you know what, girl, beauty fades, brains last forever. And stop being all into your outer beauty and get into other things such as put in some work and getting yourself an education, get yourself together, because sooner or later, dude or whatever like that you running with, he gonna get tired and go find the next beautiful face or whatever image or whatever to keep up that thing, that name of his or whatever, to keep the finest lady on his arm, his trophies or whatever he want to put on his shelf and all that good stuff. Hi, HN Newsroom. How are you? Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, it's Friday. I'm home today. It's happy Friday. Yeah, so I said, get up on off yourself and do something with your life. You're in this position right now to have the money and this, somebody that's in your life now helping you, giving you this, that, the other. You good? I'm happy to hear that. Do something with your life. Me, I would have been partly pursuing an education, getting my career going, invested in my future and everything. Open up my own business and doing whatever I feel would be something I like doing, and kept it moving. I wouldn't even look back at it. Robert Sylvester Kelly, after it was over, it was over. I know he gonna move on and he gonna find somebody else eventually. I would have been moved on, and we could have remained friends. Probably kick it with each other every now and then. I mean, really. I mean, seriously. Sure. Go on with your life, and maybe you could have just settled down and maybe found somebody whole to yourself. Eventually, after you don't got yourself together and got yourself your career, you so busy years and years waiting on your behind, waiting for Robert Sylvester Kelly to do it all for you. I would have been out there doing it for myself. See, that's what some of us don't seem to understand. They could have just moved on and did what they had to. But like I said, the trial is drawing near. So we all going to see what's going to come of this. Prayerfully and hopefully they dismiss this whole trial and just like say, you know what? We letting him out. So he can start getting ready to do whatever tours he going to do for his next album. And also to speak on his own life and his experience with all of this. Prayerfully. You know what I'm saying? that he'll be moving in that direction. But I'm praying and hoping that they just throw this crappy trial out, this crazy trial of his out. Let that man go so he can work on his next, I would say, story. And he can go and tour and speak to people about his experience with being in this situation. And he can speak for himself. Okay. People could pay money and book tickets and everything else to go see all of that. To hear it from Robert Sylvester Kelly himself. Tell his own story in a song. Like that song goes, this is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the days long. And he'll do his ministry of his life dealing with this crap he's been in for the last 2 years. Prayerfully that God will find favor and make a visit to each and every last one of those people that are holding anger or madness against Robert Sylvester Kelly in their heart, that God will show them a visit in their dreams. Oh, God can do some amazing things. I wouldn't doubt him, ever. So anyway, y'all, I think I've been speaking on this thing long enough. Y'all have other tours around. Y'all want to go on these other platforms, these controversial platforms. Y'all can do that. I don't want to hold y'all up no longer. I just wanted to come and share this with y'all today. And if God's willing, I may come back this evening. I'm not sure yet. I may try to come back this evening and stuff, but I'm ready to try to roll up on out of here. I want to go and get some things. I want to go. What time is it in the afternoon? I want to go pick up some seafood. At this time, I'm pretty sure I get the fresh kind, the good kind. At this time in the afternoon, since I'm home today, I didn't have to work on. I don't work on Fridays for. I'll be back not until September. I think I'll be doing a full schedule at work, but on Fridays I'm off. So I think by August 30th, I think my full schedule starts. Like on late August, early after Labor Day weekend, whatever, when school is back in session. But I also want y'all to continue to watch the health report, what's going on. There is a virus that's COVID is not over yet. We have the Delta that's out there, and I heard this one is a real killer. Okay, at least with COVID, you have a chance, but with the Delta, I believe you don't have a chance. This is what I've been hearing. I don't know how true it is, but please stay on top of your health and be safe out there. If you're traveling, whatever, take health precautions with you. Make sure you do wear your mask, sanitize, like you've been doing with the COVID, and do everything you can to protect your health, because I heard this Delta is no joke. I heard it's putting holes in people's heart. And you don't even have a chance with Delta like you did with COVID. They haven't even got a vaccination out with this one yet. So we got to be prayerful and watchful of everything. So you all have a blessed and wonderful weekend. And if God's willing, I may come back here again this Friday evening. But if not, you still enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Love you all. Peace. What am I doing?